Hello, and welcome to my channel. Relax, and get ready to listen to today's story.
Now I'm going to tell you a story about the secret of the Magic Moon Castle. John Parker lived in a small village nestled amidst rolling hills and lush greenery. The village, named Willowbrook, was known for its picturesque setting, with colorful cottages adorned with blooming gardens. Life seemed peaceful, but John yearned for adventure, a longing that tugged at his heartstrings every day. Every morning, as he walked through the village, he would gaze longingly at the distant mountains, their majestic peaks shrouded in mystery. He imagined the adventures that awaited him beyond those peaks, the untold wonders that lay hidden in the vast unknown. But for now, he was content to enjoy the simple pleasures of village life. The villagers of Willowbrook were warm and welcoming, always ready with a smile and a kind word. John had many friends, and they would often gather in the village square, sharing stories and laughter that echoed through the cobblestone streets. But deep down, John felt a restlessness stirring within him. He knew there was something more to life than what his village had to offer. One day, as John strolled through the village, he noticed a group of children huddled around an old man. Curiosity piqued, he approached them to see what was happening. The old man, with a long white beard and twinkling blue eyes, was telling the children tales of far-off lands and mythical creatures. His voice was filled with wonder and excitement, and the children listened with rapt attention. John couldn't help but be drawn to the old man's stories. He had always been captivated by tales of adventure and magic, and this man seemed to embody everything he longed for. After the storytelling session ended, John approached the old man. "Excuse me, sir," he said tentatively. "I couldn't help but overhear your stories. They're truly enchanting." The old man smiled warmly. "Ah, young lad, there's magic in this world if you know where to look. But remember, the greatest adventures often begin in the most unexpected places." John's heart raced with excitement. This encounter felt like a sign, a push in the direction of his dreams. He thanked the old man and continued on his way, but his mind was filled with thoughts of far-off lands and untold wonders. Please support my channel by liking and subscribing. Days turned into weeks, and John couldn't shake the feeling that there was something more waiting for him beyond the borders of Willowbrook. He spent his evenings at the local library, poring over books and maps, searching for clues to the adventures he craved. One fateful evening, as he was browsing through a dusty shelf, a book caught his eye. Its worn leather cover and faded pages hinted at its age, and curiosity compelled him to reach out and retrieve it. Intrigued, he carefully opened it, revealing delicate calligraphy that spoke of a secret castle hidden within the village. According to the legend inscribed on those aged pages, the castle was said to be enchanted, its walls holding secrets that could unlock unimaginable power. It was rumored to appear only under the light of the full moon, and only those with a pure heart and unwavering determination could find it. Excitement surged through John's veins as he read the words aloud to himself. The legend spoke of a hidden doorway that could only be accessed by those who truly believed in its existence. The castle was said to hold ancient knowledge and artifacts that could shape the world around them. John couldn't help but share the legend with his friend, Sarah, who dismissed it as just a myth. "John, you're always chasing after dreams," she said with a playful smile. "There's no such thing as an enchanted castle in our village." But John's curiosity was ignited, and he couldn't let go of the idea. He was determined to uncover the truth behind the legend and discover if there was more to life than what met the eye. Determined to uncover the truth behind the hidden castle, John embarked on a quest to learn more about its existence. He spent hours in the library, poring over dusty tomes and ancient scrolls, searching for any mention of the castle's whereabouts. The villagers, intrigued by John's newfound obsession, began to share their own stories and rumors. Some claimed to have seen glimpses of the castle in their dreams, while others spoke of strange occurrences during the full moon. Clues began to emerge, leading John on a journey through the village and its surrounding countryside. He interviewed old villagers who had heard tales of the castle from their ancestors. They spoke of a magical doorway that appeared only for those who truly believed in its existence. The more John dug, the more he felt that the legend held a kernel of truth. One day, while exploring an abandoned house on the outskirts of the village, John stumbled upon a hidden attic. Covered in dust and cobwebs, it seemed untouched for years. As he cautiously made his way up the creaky stairs, he noticed an old chest tucked away in a corner. With trembling hands, he opened the chest and gasped in awe. Inside, he found a collection of maps and artifacts, each hinting at the existence of the hidden castle. One map in particular caught his attention. It was tattered and yellowed with age, but its markings were clear. It showed a hidden entrance to the castle, marked by a peculiar symbol. Excitement coursed through John's veins as he realized he was one step closer to unraveling the mystery. He traced his finger along the map, studying the winding paths and secret passages that led to the castle's hidden entrance. With the map clutched tightly in his hand, John knew that he had to wait for the next full moon to begin his journey. He spent restless nights imagining what awaited him within the castle's walls, his mind filled with visions of untold treasures and ancient magic. As night fell and the full moon bathed the village in its ethereal glow, John followed the map's directions. He found himself standing before a grand oak tree, its branches reaching towards the heavens. The moonlight seemed to dance among the leaves, casting enchanting shadows on the ground. With bated breath, John stepped closer to the tree, his heart pounding in anticipation. As if in response to his presence, a hidden doorway appeared before him, blending seamlessly with the tree's bark. Its intricate carvings glowed softly in the moonlight, beckoning him to enter. Taking a deep breath, John crossed the threshold, leaving behind the familiar world he knew. He was stepping into a realm of mystery and magic, where anything was possible. Inside the castle, John was greeted by a breathtaking sight. Moonlight streamed through stained glass windows, casting vibrant colors on the marble floors. Enchanted objects floated in midair, their gentle glow illuminating the grand hall. Whispers of ancient magic filled the air, creating an atmosphere of enchantment and wonder. John stood in awe, his eyes wide with wonder. He had entered a place untouched by time, a sanctuary of forgotten knowledge and hidden power. The castle seemed alive with its own energy, as if it had been waiting for him to arrive. As he explored further, he discovered rooms adorned with tapestries depicting scenes of mythical creatures and far-off lands. Statues of long-forgotten heroes lined the corridors, their stony gazes seeming to follow his every move. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the hall, breaking the silence. "Welcome, seeker of truth," it said, its tone filled with warmth and wisdom. Startled, John turned towards the source of the voice and found himself face to face with a wise old guardian. The guardian, an ancient being with eyes that held the wisdom of ages, appeared before him in a burst of light. "Who are you?" John asked, his voice filled with awe. "I am the guardian of this castle," the wise old being replied. "I have been waiting for someone like you, someone with a pure heart and unwavering determination." And he knew that his belief had led him to this moment. The guardian extended a hand towards John. "Come, young seeker. Let me show you the wonders of this castle and guide you on your journey." With a sense of purpose burning within him, John took the guardian's hand, ready to embrace the adventure that awaited him. As John delved deeper into the castle, guided by the wise old guardian, he marveled at the wonders that lay before him. Each room held its own unique enchantment, each corridor whispered tales of forgotten heroes and ancient magic. In one room, he found a library filled with dusty books and ancient scrolls. The shelves were lined with volumes that spoke of forgotten civilizations and lost knowledge. John's fingers traced the spines of the books, feeling the weight of centuries within their pages. The guardian led him to a particular bookshelf and pulled out an old leather-bound book. Its cover was worn and weathered, but its pages were filled with intricate illustrations and handwritten text. The book revealed the history of the castle, its origins tied to a powerful sorcerer who had once called it home. The sorcerer, known as Aramis the Wise, had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge and the study of ancient magic. He had discovered a way to harness the power of the moonlight, infusing it into the very walls of the castle. This enchantment had granted the castle its otherworldly energy and made it a sanctuary of hidden power. As John read through the book, he couldn't help but feel a connection to Aramis. The sorcerer's thirst for knowledge mirrored his own, and he felt a sense of kinship with this long-forgotten figure. The guardian watched John with a knowing smile. Aramis left behind his legacy within these walls, he said. It is up to you to uncover its secrets and use them wisely. John nodded, his eyes filled with determination. He knew that he had been chosen for a reason, that his journey through the castle was not just about discovering hidden treasures, but also about understanding the responsibility that came with such power. As John continued his exploration of the castle, he encountered mystical creatures that seemed to have come to life from the pages of fairy tales. A mischievous sprite flitted through the air, leaving trails of sparkling dust in its wake. A majestic unicorn grazed peacefully in a moonlit meadow, its silver mane shimmering in the night. But it was a wise old dragon who captured John's attention. The dragon, with scales as black as night and eyes that glowed with ancient wisdom, appeared before him in a burst of flames. "Greetings, young seeker," the dragon rumbled, its voice resonating with power. "I am Draconis, the guardian of ancient knowledge. I have been waiting for someone like you. Someone who seeks the truth and is unafraid to face the challenges that lie ahead." John's heart raced with excitement. To stand before a dragon, a creature of legend, was beyond anything he had ever imagined. Draconis extended a clawed hand towards John. "Come, young seeker. Let me test your worth and teach you the ways of ancient magic." With a mixture of awe and determination, John took Draconis' hand, ready to face the challenges that awaited him. Under Draconis' guidance, John faced a series of trials designed to test his wit, courage, and wisdom. Each trial was more challenging than the last, pushing him to his limits and forcing him to dig deep within himself for strength. In one trial, John found himself in a room filled with riddles. The walls were adorned with ancient symbols, and the air crackled with energy. He had to solve each riddle to unlock the next door, each answer leading him closer to the heart of the castle. As he pondered over the riddles, his mind raced with possibilities. He knew that each answer held a clue, a piece of the puzzle that would bring him closer to his ultimate goal. Hours turned into days as John faced the trials with unwavering determination. He battled magical creatures, solved complex puzzles, and demonstrated his ability to think outside the box. With each trial he conquered, he felt a surge of confidence and a deeper connection to the magic that flowed through the castle. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, John stood before the last trial. It was a test of wisdom, a challenge that required him to make choices that would shape the future of not only the castle but also his own destiny. With Draconis guidance, John carefully considered each option, weighing the consequences and thinking about the greater good. He knew that his choices would have far-reaching effects, and he had to choose wisely. As he made his final decision, the room trembled, and a blinding light filled the chamber. When the light faded, John found himself standing before the artifact he had sought since the beginning of his journey. The artifact, a shimmering orb pulsating with raw energy, floated before John. Its power was palpable, and he could feel its weight in his very soul. Images of his village and its inhabitants flashed before his eyes, and he knew that his decision would shape their future. But just as he was about to claim the artifact, the room trembled once more, and a voice echoed through the chamber. "Only those who prove themselves worthy may wield its power," the voice boomed. John's heart raced as he realized that he had one final challenge to overcome. He had to prove himself worthy of the artifact, to show that he would use its power for the greater good. With determination burning in his eyes, John faced the challenge head-on. He solved riddles and demonstrated unwavering courage in the face of adversity. Every obstacle he conquered brought him closer to proving his worth. Finally, as the last challenge was overcome, the artifact glowed brighter than ever before. It floated towards John, its power merging with his own. In that moment, he understood that the artifact was not meant to be possessed, but shared with those who needed it most. With newfound wisdom and humility, John made a solemn vow to use the artifact's power to bring light and hope to his village. He knew that his adventure had only just begun, but with the castle's secrets revealed and the artifact in his possession, he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead.